Hi everybody, we're back. I'm Melissa. This is Brenda.
Or Brie.
Yeah, it's been several months since we've been on, so we're back.
It's been 3 months. It was February 14th, the last video.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So today, if you remember from the last video, we decided that the main topic's going to be social media. Mm-hmm. But then after that, it kind of goes into whatever.
Yeah.
Enjoy our little fireplace behind us.
Yeah. And I also want you to know that if you like this necklace and earrings, it's from Avon, and Brenda here does sell Avon. She'll put a link.
I'll put the link right here and down below. If you're interested,
yeah.
Please order. It would mean a lot to me.
Yeah, and Avon has more than makeup. They have makeup, they have jewelry, they have clothes, they have perfume, they have all different stuff now.
And it is animal cruelty free, so that's a big thing to me.
Yeah.
So they are verified cruelty free.
Cool.
So.
Okay, so today we're talking about social media, different things about social media. We know a lot of people use social media.
Me being one.
Right, in many ways, to connect with people, to make money, to get their news, and in many other different ways.
And we're on social media right now, doing YouTube.
Yes.
Making a video.
Yes, we are. So we want to talk about the ups and downs of social media. I myself am not a big fan of social media.
And us being different age groups.
Yeah.
I'm 26.
I'm up there, so
we do have different perspectives. So
yeah.
I can see why. So if you want to put yours out there first, and then I'll do mine.
Okay. Well, I mean, being a professional counselor, I do see a lot of issues with young people who are addicted to social media, and they are looking into making it a diagnosis, actually.
Really?
Yes, being addicted to social media, because that's all they do.
Oh wow.
Yeah, they don't go out, they don't meet people in person, and they spend hours and hours and hours on it, and it really isn't healthy, and it is causing them mental health problems.
Yeah, I can see.
I mean, that's one of the reasons why I don't like it. However, I mean, there is some good things about it too.
To throw in what you said about why you don't like it, I can see that because, like, me being on Facebook, I always see what people are doing or seeing how they're better or acting better or putting out stuff. And it does make you feel down.
It does. I mean,
it does.
Like a long time ago, I know people were saying that Facebook was making people depressed.
Yeah. But it's good to take a break from it, honestly.
It is. But the one thing you got to understand, what you see isn't always real.
That's true.
You know, and a lot of people, especially young people, think whatever they're seeing is real.
Yeah.
It's not real. People put out images and all kinds of things, and it makes like their lives are wonderful. But
and that's
you
true.
Know, it's not always what it seems.
That's true with YouTube, because people only post what they want you to see.
Exactly.
You don't see the everyday, full-time anything. Like, you don't see every day.
And people are financially driven, so they're going to put things up there that they think are going to get views a lot of times.
Exactly. That's true.
Yeah. I mean, I'm old time. Yeah. I like to go out and meet people in person.
Yeah.
You know?
See, I'm both, and I did meet my husband, which is her son, online.
Yeah.
So, but really, where I grew up, there's not much to do. You can't really go out and do much anymore.
Too. Yeah, and plus there's a lot of scammers, and you don't really know who you're meeting. And,
true. Catfish.
Right. People don't always tell the truth, like I said, and those kind of things. But okay. All right, Brenda, what do you think?
Yeah. I mean, like you said, I think it has its pros and cons.
Yeah.
So I definitely see it being a bad thing, because mental health, it does. Especially the young people, I think it really. Yeah. And cyberbullying is a thing now. Yeah. Even worse than before.
You know, if I had young kids, they can't be bullied if they're not on there.
Exactly.
Kids are getting stuff too young.
I agree.
Getting tablets too young.
Cell
getting phones too young, and all that stuff. So I mean, I just there's parts I don't like.
Yeah. Well, see, like, I told Melissa that, like, my nieces and nephews, my nieces, they're older, they have phones because of school, and it's because of the shootings and stuff.
Yeah.
I get it for that, but at the same time, you know what I mean? I think they're young.
I think some people are too mature to deal with those things.
That's true. Yeah. These can be deadly.
Yeah, parents need to be involved.
Yeah.
You know.
Have you ever heard, so Instagram, like, you know, people post pictures and stuff.
Yeah.
Sometimes people will literally die getting the last shot.
Oh, yeah.
Like leaning over a building or something that far, you know? For 1 minute of fame, why, you know what I mean?
Well, you got to look at the individual. Why are they feeling you to do that?
True.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, and people putting provocative pictures on there and all that. I mean, that does tell a lot about the kind of person that does that in their mental health. And all that.
No, that's so true. Yeah.
And
we're not judging anybody. It's like
no. Everybody's an individual. You know what I mean?
All opinions. We're just putting.
I dealt with a lot of people that do have mental health issues, and it is linked to social media.
Yeah, you're a professional in that, so you see a lot of it.
And that's not everybody. It's not everybody.
Yeah.
So yeah.
But
okay.
Anything else you want to say?
Well, yeah. I mean, like,
I like hearing your perspective on it. Like, I can say mine, but I like hearing yours.
Why do you like hearing mine?
Because it's different than what I think.
Okay.
Okay. Just because you didn't really grow up how I did.
No, I grew up with one phone in the house, landline or payphone out in the hood. You know what I mean? Where you would go to call people if you wanted privacy.
Yeah. See, I kind of think like I was really the last generation that played outside. Yeah. Fully. Yeah. Because we used to play outside. We would climb trees, like doing everything.
Yeah, I agree.
And you don't really see that anymore.
No, you don't.
At all.
I've had some clients that decided, teenagers, that they weren't going to do anything on social media anymore, and they got a lot happier. They got more involved in school. They made new friends at school, and they were a little happier. I
won't lie, like I've taken a break from Facebook. Okay. And I do feel a lot happier and stress-free. Yeah. So I'm not on there all the time. Like, I'm not on there hardly at all. I'll get on and share things sometimes, or send things.
Yeah. And some people get their news, and how accurate is the news they're getting from it,
That's true. Sometimes there's fake news out there on there, especially.
Yeah, and people, young people are crying over it and this and that. It's like, come on, get it.
Yeah. Watch the actual news.
Yeah.
To know, because Facebook lies to you.
Yeah, I mean, they're biased.
Yeah.
A lot of them are biased towards, whatever.
Yeah.
But some of the things that I've been following some true crime lately, you know what I mean?
I have been too.
I've been, like, some of the court cases that have been in the news that are happening or coming up, and a lot of evidence isn't put out there, okay? Yeah. But then you hear, like, you watch YouTube and you see all these videos of all this supposed stuff and this and that, and for a while I was getting sucked into it. It's like, oh my God, is that true? You know what I mean? Oh my God, that's crazy they did that. But then, none of it's true.
Yeah.
More evidence comes out or the trial goes on. You know what I mean?
I've been into true crime lately. Yeah. I've been watching, like, YouTube videos of it. Okay. And I've just really been into that. Yeah. Plus school. But the true crime has really been getting me. Like, I've been really into it.
And, a lot of people are interested in the cases that are out there right now. Yeah. And, you are getting a lot of false things.
That's true.
They can't put all the evidence out there, God. It would ruin the case.
Well, and, like, the things that stick out to me, like you told me before, certain ones stick with you. Yeah. There are certain ones that stick with me. It's like, how can a wife or a father or a grandparent kill their kids? Like, how could you kill your family? I don't understand, like, how mentally unstable do you have to be?
Pretty mentally unstable, unless they're on drugs or something. But,
yeah.
But I mean, some do it sober.
Yeah. Well, and some seem to be and appear like normal, like that Chris Watts case I told you about.
Yeah, I didn't really follow that, but but from what I heard, he appeared normal.
Maybe I'll have to have you react to it and get your take on it.
Yeah,
because I would like to see your take on it.
Yeah,
because they seem genuinely happy.
I can't imagine like killing your kids or anything.
I know, and they weren't very old.
Why kill your wife or whatever? Just get divorced.
Yeah, she was pregnant too. She was pregnant with her son, and then he killed her and him, plus his 2 daughters. Right. And it's like, well, he had a mistress too. It's like, why throw that away for...
Was she involved?
I kind of think.
She may have been.
A lot of people think.
Right. Could have been.
I do. Like, why kill your entire family, your kids, for somebody like that?
Yeah.
Because you're never going to see them again.
Right. Well, I was watching the other night, they had America's Most Wanted on. Mm-hmm. I guess they're kicking off the new season, or I don't know. No, it was the biggest cases that John Walsh worked on. And I guess he's grooming his son to take over, because he's like pushing 80 or something. John Walsh. Yeah. Wow. And his son, I think, is going to start taking over. But the number one case on there that they talked about was something that happened in the 70s. It was John List. I don't know if you ever heard of him.
I've heard of him.
Okay.
You're gonna have to refresh me there, because I've heard. But
he had a wife. His mother lived in the house, and he had like 3 or 4 kids that lived in the house. And I guess he must have lost his job where he was working, but he didn't tell anybody, and he pretended he went to work for like 6 months or something.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, and then one day he came home and he killed everybody.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and he like lined them all up or something. I don't know. But then he disappeared, and he disappeared for 18 years. They didn't. He changed his identity, changed his name. I guess you could do that back then. It was probably easier to do it. And then,
but you would still look the same because medicine didn't come.
Well, they had a guy, like an artist, who did a bust of John List, how he would look today when they were doing the show. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And somebody recognized it, and then they ended up catching him in like North Carolina or something. And when they showed the bust they made, and they showed John List, you know, when they called him, it was like he looked exactly like him.
Are you kidding?
Yeah.
That's crazy. Yeah. I'm gonna see if I can find a picture of that.
Yeah, that artist was really good who did the bust.
That's awesome.
Yeah. But apparently he had a new wife and all kinds of stuff. He didn't have any more kids, but they said it was like for religious reasons or something. I don't know. I just think he was nuts and wanted to start a new life.
Well, and what gets me is serial killers, okay? They literally have fans that message them, send them things. It's like, what is wrong with you?
Ted
like,
Bundy got married in jail, in prison.
That's crazy.
Yeah. But
why?
But then I think she had a kid with him too. A daughter.
How?
A conjugal business or whatever. Okay. So I guess somewhere along the way she must have realized that he was guilty. Then I don't know if she divorced him or he got executed in like 1989, but she went off and you never heard from. You don't know where they are. I guess they changed their identity.
That's
and
crazy.
All that. They didn't want anybody looking for his kid or anything. You know what I mean? It was a daughter.
I don't understand. I just don't get why somebody would be so infatuated with a killer.
Even the guy who killed in the Manson murders, Tex Watson.
Yeah.
He's the one that actually did the killing. I think he might have got married in jail, or he has a bunch of people. You know what I mean? The daughter of one of the people he killed, the LaBiancas, is friends with him now.
What is wrong with people?
Yeah.
I don't understand.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
Yeah, it's messed up. And then of course they all fall. They're all once they get in jail, they're all holy and religious. And,
no, exactly. Yeah. Chris Watts, for example, says he's Christian.
So I guess Tex Watson, is in charge of the holy religious stuff wherever he is. But they all do. They all have people that write to them.
It's messed up.
And want to be their girlfriend or their wife.
Like they literally killed somebody. What is you being a professional counselor? What do you think is wrong with them or goes on in their brain that they want? Is it like the forbidden fruit? They want what they can't have, or what do you think is the reason?
I think a lot of women go for men that are in jail because they're in jail, and they can go do whatever they want.
True.
And they say, "Oh, I have my boyfriend in jail." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They have a relationship.
Yeah, or maybe it's the bad boy image or something like that.
Or maybe they just feel that they're innocent and they're an underdog and they feel bad for them. Or maybe they just want to get, because the person's, infamous for their crime. They want to be attached to it, or
trying to get money from it, maybe, or something.
A lot of them.
Because other than that, I don't get. I don't understand.
So
I don't know. It's weird.
It is weird. I mean, I don't see the attraction.
No.
Not at all.
No.
But I guess some women do.
Yeah, it's just.
I guess it takes all kinds to make the world go round.
All kinds.
Yeah.
Let us know if you guys want to see reactions with Melissa. But also, my husband and I are going to be doing reactions with Hasbin Hotel. We have it coming, so we're excited, and more. And you have some you want me to react to.
Yeah, I want you to check out some stuff from the past, like crazy '80s music videos
and
that you've
from
never
the
seen
present
before. Yeah, and you know what I mean, and
that would be fun.
Stuff like that.
Yeah. So we're gonna go ahead and pick out of the hot cups container.
Hot cups.
We need somebody. We need that actually. Brain/minds. Okay. So it's like mental health stuff, I think, is what we wrote these so long ago. I don't know if you can see that. We hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did and you want to see more, please click the subscribe button, hit the like button, join our family. Anything else you want to add?
No.
Leave us a comment.
No. See you next time.
See you next time. Bye, guys.
Bye.